Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We are officially looking at the dawn of a new era. Red Bull has just become the first team to launch their 2026 Challenger, the RB22, at a massive event in Detroit alongside Ford. First things first, the matte paint is gone. We are seeing a return to that beautiful glossy Vettel-era blue, and honestly, it looks incredible. But I need to stop you right there. Don't let that shiny paint distract you. The car sitting on that stage in Detroit, that was just a generic Frankenstein show car built by Memento. If you want the real technical secrets, you have to ignore the stage and look at the digital renders Red Bull released online. While the stage car was basic, the renders show us Red Bull's actual visualization of the new rules, and they are hiding some massive changes that tell us exactly how F1 is going to change in 2026. In this video, we are going to geek out and tear down the RB22 render from nose to tail, because Red Bull has hidden some huge technical shifts in plain sight. They have completely flipped the script on their suspension philosophy, ditching a design they've used for years to chase a specific aerodynamic advantage. But the biggest secret isn't even on the bodywork, it's buried deep inside the engine data. There is a cheeky trick regarding the compression ratio that Red Bull and Mercedes have seemingly exploited, a loophole that could give them a serious power advantage while other manufacturers are left scratching their heads. With Christian Horner and Helmut Marko departing in 2025, this is a massive reset for the team. Let's break down the essence of the RB22. Let's start at the front. This render gives us our first proper look at a 2026 front wing, and it's complicated. You'll notice a little strut right in the center. Given the new rules, that's almost certainly housing the new active aero adjuster. The really interesting stuff, though, is happening on the edges. The end plates are curled or caned inwards. Now, usually teams want to push air outwash, but the 2026 rules force the wing to be loaded in a way that naturally spills air over the tire. Red Bull seems to be fighting this. By curving the end plates inward, they are trying to guide that vortex to the inboard side of the tire. Now check out the suspension. For the last few years, Red Bull has been the master of the pull rod front suspension, but on this RB22 render, they've switched to a push rod setup at both the front and the rear. Why make that change? It's not just about mechanics, it's about aerodynamics. With the new rules, the team needs to feed as much clean air as possible into the floor inlets. The regulations have made the lower area of the car quite messy, so by using a push rod, they move the suspension components higher up. This clears out that lower channel, giving the air a cleaner path to the floor. It looks like they've decided that even if a push rod raises the center of gravity slightly, it's worth it if it means the floor works better. Moving down the car, we see the return of the floorboard. Red Bull has gone for a minimalist design here, keeping it as small as the rules allow. This board features upwashing elements designed to generate local load and help extract air from under the floor. The sidepods themselves still use that overbike inlet design we know, with vertical and horizontal openings, but the bodywork is much more tapered than before. It actually falls away quite sharply, looking a bit more like the cars from 2 generations ago rather than the current grid. This aggressive shape works with the engine cover to drive airflow down toward the rear wing. And speaking of the rear wing, the render shows a 3-element design with a very flat main plane. This is key for the 2026 active aero rules. Since you can open the wing on every straight to cut drag, you don't need to worry about efficiency when it's closed. You just want maximum downforce. That flat main plane acts like a wall for downforce when closed, and then practically disappears when opened. But a chassis is nothing without an engine. This is the debut of Red Bull Ford powertrains. Now, rivals like GM have thrown some shade, calling this just a marketing deal, but Ford insists it's a real technical partnership, helping out with things like battery tech and 3D printing. Here is the really spicy part though. There is a regulatory loophole regarding the compression ratio. The new rules lowered the ratio limit to 16:1 to cap power. Most manufacturers thought that was a hard limit, but it seems Red Bull and Mercedes realized the rule applies to the engine when it is static and cold. Here's the trick. When the engine is running and hot, the metal expands and the compression ratio naturally goes up. Red Bull's technical director, Ben Hodgkinson, basically admitted they have pushed this to the absolute limit. If they can run at a higher ratio than Ferrari or Audi, that is essentially free engine power, potentially worth up to 0.4 seconds a lap. So what are we really looking at here? The RB22 render is likely an early development model, not the final race car, but it tells us exactly where Red Bull is heading. We're seeing in-washing aerodynamics, a suspension flip to clear up the floor, and an aggressive engine strategy that exploits the gray areas of the rulebook. Despite the confidence, the team is actually being pretty cautious. The leadership has warned of sleepless nights and a mountain to climb against experienced manufacturers like Mercedes. They are prioritizing reliability first, even if it means playing it safe in the opening races of 2026. The glossy blue is back and the Ford era has officially begun. But I want to know what you think. Is the switch to pushrod suspension a mistake for a team that mastered the pull rod? And do you think that engine loophole will survive a protest from Ferrari? So let me know down in the comments. If you want to keep up with the 2026 tech war, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's going to be a long winter of development. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.